Right now, there are a lot of discussions and speculations about the future of the gaming industry. A lot of big titles fail while trying to apply some questionable and innovative changes to their new games, which are not even being looked for from gamers themselves. So lately, it feels like developers don't even know who they are creating their games for. They're out of touch with gaming community, which is absurd if you think about it. Thus, the state of gaming is in a really unsteady place. And the funny thing is, the developers understand the situation themselves, which is why they suggest certain ways to solve the issue. However, the approach they decide to take in order to fix the situation doesn't really seem like a good one. Last week, industry analyst Matthew Ball published a 223-page report on the state of video gaming in 2025. In the report, he suggested that Rockstar Games might charge $80 to $100 for GTA 6 as a strategy to save gaming, as some game makers hope for this to happen. The initial idea is that raising the price of the new Rockstar title would break the $70 barrier. This could encourage other games to move from $50 to $60, $60 to $70, $70 to $80, and so on. The argument is that the game prices have never been lower in real terms than they are today. According to a graph in the report, real prices in 2024 dollars, adjusted for inflation, and nominal prices unadjusted, show that game prices in 1979 were $40, but adjusted for inflation, that would be around $200 today. And over time, real prices surpass nominal prices, which indicates that the value of game prices has decreased. Ball also added, your rent is up, movie tickets have doubled, minimum wage, Spotify, Netflix, bus fare, gas, etc. Indeed, nearly all other categories are up, not just flat in real terms, while games are at record lows. And while their argument has a valid point, there are some moments I'd like to discuss and share my opinion about concerning raising prices for games in order to save industry. First, they seem to expect the chain of reactions. If GTA 6 will in fact be priced at $100, which is a lot of money, most of the people will still consider buying the game, because the title is huge, there has been a lot of waiting, and Rockstar is known for quality content. So a gamer will expect this $100 to be totally worth spending. The amount of hours a player can spend on this game will most likely justify the price tag. And there is no doubt other developers will look at the success of GTA 6 even after raising the price and decide to raise prices of their own games. And maybe the next developers who are going to do that will succeed as well, because their title will also be seen worth it, like the next part of The Last of Us, for example, or Hogwarts Legacy. However, the next wave of developers will think this is a trend and start to raise prices for their poor titles. But who would pay $100 for games like Unknown 9 or Concord? It will simply not worth it for an average player. People will not see the same value in these games as they saw in GTA 6. So here's what Matthew Ball said about this. GTA 6's launch this year will have a mixed impact on total player hours and revenue across the gaming industry, because it will only be available on console. A PC release is expected after the console launch. However, Ball said GTA 6 will severely cannibalize total hours and spending that would go to other video games when it launches. For its part, Ubisoft has said GTA 6 is good for the video game industry overall, because a huge game like that may help more people turn to gaming. So even Ball said that GTA will severely cannibalize total hours and spending that would go into other video games when it launches. And if you think why, it's because it's GTA 6. It's a high quality, much expected product. But why would other game developers expect prices of their games to grow just because GTA 6 broke the barrier? Doesn't really make sense. They're looking at the race and only noticing the winner crossing the finish line. What they fail to see is the whole process that took the winner to get there. Secondly, $100 is again a lot of money, and prices go up everywhere, not only in gaming. So there will be only so much games that even an avid gamer could pay per certain period of time. Most of people I know have a specific budget they are willing to spend on games per month. And after they spend $100 on one game, it becomes dramatically unlikely that they will spend another $100 for some other game, which value they even slightly doubt. In this case, some of the people are actually going to wait till the next Christmas sale to purchase the game they want. And some people will just stop playing at all, because because gaming at this point will turn into some luxurious hobby. Third, it's even scary to try to imagine the reaction of my parents back in the days if I would ask them to purchase me one of the new titles, let alone 2 or 3 games. That one game I would ask for would have to be very carefully selected, because that would be my only birthday gift, and there is no way they would be willing to purchase me games with such price tags regularly. And this is how gamers are born, from the time when they are still able to enjoy games at fullest, when they still have a lot of time to spend on that hobby, which will eventually grow with them into their future lives. At least that's how it was with me and my friends. We got hooked on gaming in school and been gamers since then. But how are you going to experience different games when your parents will not be willing to spend money for you to experience more than one title? So because of that, eventually there will be just less gamers and less sales for game developers, so less success. So gaming will just slowly die out. Is this actually the way to save the industry then? And maybe the way I'm thinking about it is too dramatic, but nevertheless it seems like this is where the gaming industry is headed to.
Your money or your life. You're smarter than you look.
So, what should they do then? How do they actually save gaming? It's been proven a lot of times that not many gamers really care about the quality of water in the game they play. Just as an example, sure, there are some people who really love to see pores on the faces of the characters they play, but I believe they are not in the majority here. I think that most of the gamers love games for content. And me personally, I would definitely sacrifice my character being an actual famous celebrity for the emotions I've experienced while playing first Dark Souls in 2025. Because the gameplay was captivating, challenging and rewarding, and I would prefer better FPS with decent graphics to lower FPS with incredibly detailed everything in the game, so why not shift focus where it truly counts? Factory of Sadness put this very well in his post. Around 2015 or so, we started getting to a point where the best graphics were already photorealistic enough for the vast majority of gamers, and improved textures or more complex models started to become harder to spot. Improvements at that point became more of a gradual refinement of lightning, particles and shadows. Also, a lot of gamers seem to shift focus from the fidelity of the graphics to performance and frame rate. We will never see something like the jump from PS2 to PS3 graphics again, because there's only so good graphics can get as they get closer and closer to reality. Just make sure the game is well optimized, supported from day one with regular updates, and makes gamers to enjoy the game so that the investment into your game feels worthwhile. And just to be clear, there are some changes that could be implemented and well accepted by gamers, speaking about the prices. But it can only work with certain titles that well worth it. You can easily go overboard with this approach. And if you just start increasing prices for every single game without improving the quality, it's just that nobody is gonna buy it. So there are more ways to save gaming, which in my opinion might work better than just raising prices, and I really hope that developers change their approach and will not follow the path which will lead to buying games feel too stressful to continue enjoying the hobby. But yeah, this is all I wanted to discuss in this video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and opinion on the future of gaming and how you will react to, price changes. Like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'm out. See ya.